how's it going today? Heidi here again. I just washed my hair and it is really big and poofy. So right now I'm at a customer getting loaded. Hang on a sec. I got a Cool Bear t-shirt on today that says, "You can't outrun a bear. Always bring a slow friend." Always bring a slow friend. I have a bit of a bear obsession. Alright, hang on a sec. Yeah, so I'm in this dock. This place is usually pretty quick. Usually we're in and out within an hour. I've been here waiting for 3 hours. So it's like a sausage processing plant, I think. Anyhow, let's make some introductions. Hang on a sec. So, this is Phoebe. Phoebe's asleep. Phoebe, look. Phoebe, you're on camera. Oh, hi, baby. Hi, Tweety. You're so cute. So, Phoebe is almost 13 years old. She is a Staffordshire Terrier mix mutt. I picked her up a little over 10 years ago at a animal shelter in Columbus, Ohio. A huge place. I really wanted a dog. I'd never had a dog. Since all my kids grew up and moved out and I was on the road, I'm like, I'm going to get a dog. I've been wanting a dog. I'm going to get a dog. I've waited long enough. So yeah, this is about a little over 10 years ago that I got her. That day I went to that shelter. Yeah, I mean, this probably goes without saying. The place was packed with animals. There must have been over 150 dogs in there. And I'm not even exaggerating at all. A huge facility in Columbus. I go in, and they were very strict. I had to fill out all kinds of paperwork, which that makes me feel good. It's nice to know they're not just letting dogs go willy-nilly to any rando people that come in. I want to try to at least do their due diligence to try to find a good home. So I went in, I filled out all the paperwork. They're like, well, what are you interested in? And I had seen on their website this blue tick hound mix that I came to check out. Not trying to discriminate against Staffordshire Terriers, which is what Phoebe is. But I just wanted, I just had in mind the type of dog I was wanting to get. But when I got there, that dog was gone. So I said, well, I really want a medium-sized dog. It's a dog I can get in and out of the truck easily. So they're like, well, go down the middle aisle. I go down the middle aisle. It's just like endless cages of dogs. And I go start walking down through there. Most of the dogs that were in that place, whether they were the larger dogs or the medium-sized dogs, were pit bull terriers, pit bull terrier mixes. I was pretty shocked to find out they had that many pit bulls in there. And I'm like, what is going on in Columbus, Ohio, that there are all these unwanted pit bulls, Obviously, I've seen, in my experiences and since I've had a dog, I've learned that people breed pit bulls and pretty profusely, but they're not, it's not easy to find them homes because of a discrimination. So anyway, I go walking down through there. All the dogs are barking and jumping, like every single dog. It was just so noisy and loud in that place. When I got to her cage, she was sitting in the back of the corner. Her head hung low. She was completely silent and not moving. She was just sitting there looking all depressed. Very quiet, very calm. And I'm like, this is interesting. So this dog isn't jumping and climbing up the walls and barking. Let me check her out. And they had told me when I went in there, don't go near the cage. Don't put your hands, or your fingers inside. So I go over, I sit down on the floor. Of course, I stuck my hand right in there. Palm up. She came right over, leaned against the cage, and rubbed her face on my hand. I'm like, yes! So anyway, I had to pull her out. They had me go to a room. She seemed very sweet. She seemed very scared. She behaved as if someone had been beating her. Like every time I went to reach for her, she would cringe into the corner. It was pretty sad. But I did take her outside. As soon as we went outside, she immediately went to the bathroom in the grass. So I immediately knew this is a quiet dog. She's very mild-mannered. She's potty trained. Good enough. So I adopted her. Anyway, so like I said, this is Phoebe. That's the name that was on the cage. I assumed that was the name that whoever had her had given to her, so I just kept the name. But I do like the name. I mean, it's a fun name. I like to call her BB. BB, I call her BB a lot, even though it's Phoebe. And you know, it's cute. Recently I found her this cute little tag that has a B on it. A B for BB. So that's Beebs, or BB, or Phoebe. She's a sweet baby. She weighs about 38 pounds. So she's pretty easy to handle. Over here we got Vincent, my cat. Vincent is almost 11 years old. He's a little chubby. I ended up adopting him a year after I adopted Phoebe because Phoebe was lonely and sad and didn't like to be at home alone. So I just randomly went to the pet store one day and I just grabbed a cat. I'm like, I need a cat that's good with dogs. I took my dog in. Vincent was good with Phoebe. I'm like, good enough. So I adopted him. He was about 10 months old when I got him. So he was very skinny. Wasn't quite fully grown. But he's always been kind of a skittish cat. He likes to bite a lot and he likes to smack people. So he likes to punch me in the face. He punches the dog. I don't know what that's all about, but we put up with him and we love him anyway. And then we have Arthur. Hey, Arthur. So Arthur, hang on a sec. I had the two animals for the longest time. And then last year, so like I said, Phoebe I've had for over 10 years. Vincent I've had for a little over 9 years. Last year, oh my goodness, I'm trying to climb up here. Last year, we were in, oh, hello. How you doing? You're so cute. You're so cute. Look at you. We were in Kansas last year. Was sitting around at a customer, at one of their lots where we keep our empty trailers. There were no empty trailers there. I had dropped off a load at that customer, and then I was supposed to grab an empty trailer and then leave and go get another load. But we didn't have any empty trailers there, so I had to sit around for about 5 hours waiting for one of our loaded trailers to get unloaded so I could grab that empty. And I decided to, this was a small town in Kansas, way out in the middle of nowhere. But I decided to go ahead and take the truck and run into town there and get a coffee, and I wanted to try to find some work shoes at a shoe store that I found. When I got to the shoe store, it was at a strip mall, and as I was walking up, parked the truck in the lot, as I was walking up towards the door of the shoe store, I noticed there's a pet store right next door, and I thought, wow, this is great. I'll get a pair of shoes, then I'll run over here and get some snacks for my animals. So as I'm walking up there, I look over at the pet store window and I see all these metal crates of kittens, and this little guy was one of them. He was kind of climbing up onto the window against the crate, and he was super adorable with all these beautiful markings, all these really pretty stripes, as you can see. And I was just taken aback. I'm like, oh my God, what an adorable kitten. Now, I had no plans of getting another animal, but I could not resist going into that store and asking about him. And as soon as I did, they immediately pull him out. They're like, here, put him on my shoulder. He was about 6 months old, so he's about half the size he is now. And he was super cuddly and sweet. He was making biscuits on my shoulder and purring. And they're like, you should adopt him. So I couldn't resist. What can I say? So I ended up bringing my dog and cat in to check him out. Everybody got along really well. And so, hey, sweetie, I decided to go ahead and adopt him. And he's just been a sweetheart. He's very sweet. I can't say that enough times. But yeah, and I tried to justify it, which really there's no justification to have 3 animals when you're a truck driver and you're in a truck. I mean, it's kind of a small space. But I mean, they don't take up much room. They don't need a lot of room. But the way I justified it for myself is I thought, well, both of my animals are older. You know, they're not going to be around forever. And maybe that the 10-year mark is a good time to go ahead and add a new one. So he's been, like I said, he's been a real delight. He's very active, loves to play, loves to run around at night. He can be pretty rowdy, but for the most part, he's very sweet and gentle and good-natured. So that's Arthur. Aren't you, Arthur? Oh. Anyhow, what else do I have to say about this? I don't think I have anything else to say about it. But yeah, I know what I was going to say. So, as you can see, I turned this top bunk into a cat apartment. So I have lots of nice stuff up here for them. I got little cat houses for them to go inside and scratching posts. And they actually get outside quite a bit. Phoebe, I take her out every day, multiple times a day, to take short walks and go to the bathroom. I have a really nice litter box over here. I use mulch, which works out really well. Oh, I got a green light. I'm finally loaded. Oh my God, I can't believe it. And the cats, they actually get to go outside too. They go out probably 3 or 4 times a week. I always try to find a good place, usually like an industrial park, kind of off to the side road where there's not any traffic and not any people. And I'll get the cats out and the dog, and we'll go out and run around outside for a little bit. And then I'll put them back in the truck. But yeah, they do get to go outside. They're not stuck in this truck all the time. Just a heads up. All right, well, that's all I got for my introductions to my animals. They're very sweet to have around. They really keep me company and entertain me, and I enjoy them so much. All right, that's all I got, guys. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.